She was beautiful. Now it's hard to look at her. Bob Barker. Bob Barker hosted the American game show The Price is Right from 1972 until its 2007 conclusion. Truth or Consequences, which he hosted for 19 years, demonstrates his dedication to his profession. Even in these two performances, which encompass more than half of his life, his physical deterioration is remarkably evident. Barker was a childless widower who accumulated a substantial fortune through a lifetime of diligent labor. As a consequence, he had no close relatives to take care of him towards the end of his life. Do you believe that animal rights activist vegetarian diet contributed to his lengthy life? Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson has been a prominent figure in Hollywood for more than 6 decades. He began his career in minor roles and ultimately became a main character in films. With his increasing wealth, Nicholson chose to enter the film industry. Since his roles in Easy Rider and Carnal Knowledge, he's aged and gained weight, and it's evident in his appearance. Nicholson does not consider himself to be retired, but he's been unemployed for about 10 years. He appears to be making the most of his vitality. Justine Bateman. The American actress Justine Bateman is best known for her portrayal of Mallory Keaton on the sitcom Family Ties, but she's since appeared in a variety of films and television programs including Satisfaction, Men Behaving Badly, and Desperate Housewives. She co-wrote, co-directed, and co-produced the 2017 comedy short 5 Minutes. In 2001, Bateman married Mark Fluent, and the couple now has 2 children. Her admirers have recently noticed a change in her appearance, which she attributes to her decision to age naturally rather than undergo cosmetic surgery. Dick Van Dyke. Dick Van Dyke was the featured performer on the legendary Dick Van Dyke Show in the 1960s, as the name suggests. The majority of individuals in their 90s who have accumulated a significant fortune intend to spend the remainder of their lives in retirement. However, Van Dyke is not a typical individual. Over the years, he's portrayed recurring roles in classics such as Mary Poppins, Dick Tracy, and Murder 101. His cheerful demeanor has not changed, despite the fact that he's not yet retired. The Kennedy Center paid tribute to Dick Van Dyke. Lou Ferrigno. Numerous actors have played the role of the Hulk throughout the years. Lou Ferrigno, who made his debut in the role in the 1977 The Incredible Hulk and subsequently starred in the eponymous television series, was one of the earliest actors to portray the character. His admirers have not forgotten his intimidating good looks and impressive acting abilities. Even after nearly half a century, Ferrigno's chiseled physique never failed to garner attention. In fact, the International Federation of Bodybuilding and Fitness awarded him multiple Mr. Universe and Mr. America titles. He may not be as primed as he once was, but Ferrigno still needs to attract attention. Max Baer Jr. Whoever's seen the Beverly Hillbillies will recall the visage of Max Baer Jr. When he first appeared on the program, he was in his 20s, so it's challenging for us to comprehend that roughly 60 years have passed. Obviously, he presents himself as someone entirely different. Since the show's cancellation, Baer Jr. has been the sole surviving regular cast member, with Jay Sebring cutting to the truth in 2020. He returned to the big screen for the first time since Murder, She Wrote in 1991. Did you know that he's always found the gambling industry to be fascinating? Johnny Mathis. Even though Johnny Mathis's appearance has evolved over the years, his music remains a musical delight. Throughout his nearly 7-decade-long career, the veteran pop musician has recorded and released more than 70 studio albums. Wow, talk about commitment and fervor. Only Elvis Presley and Frank Sinatra sold more records than Mathis in the 20th century. His 2 contemporaries are deceased, but the 3-time Grammy Hall of Fame inductee is still alive, although his original admirers may not recognize him. John Travolta. The approximately $4 billion that his films have made have solidified John Travolta's position in the entertainment industry. He has this one aptitude that would distinguish him from the crowd. In actuality, he pilots airplanes. Despite the fact that he has aged considerably, Travolta remains a prominent Hollywood figure. Having lost his wife in 2020 must have significantly advanced his age. In the 1970s, Travolta's portrayal of Vincent Barbarino in Welcome Back, Kotter brought him widespread fame. In the subsequent decades, he starred in critically acclaimed films such as Pulp Fiction, Get Shorty, and Hairspray. garnering him a multitude of acting accolades. John Bon Jovi. John Bon Jovi, the main vocalist of the rock band Bon Jovi, is an accomplished musician who's been in performing ensembles since he was 13 years old. Frank Sinatra is rumored to be a blood relative of Bon Jovi. Due to a series of fortuitous occurrences, the legendary ensemble performed for the first time in 1983 and is still active today. Bon Jovi is a symbol of masculinity, in addition to being a talented musician. Since 1989, he's been married to Dorothea Hurley, the mother of his 4 children, and he's maintained a youthful appearance. Raquel Welch. After a strong performance in Fantastic Voyage, Raquel Welch was just beginning to establish her career when a minor role in 1 Million Years BC catapulted her to international fame. Sexiness is rewarded in the entertainment industry, where movies are produced. Since 2017, Welch remained largely out of the public eye, which was understandable given that she had reached her retirement age. She didn't resemble her youthful appearance at all, but aged beautifully. Martha Stewart claimed that Welch maintained her youthful appearance by focusing on her health and engaging in regular exercise. Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe is unquestionably one of the most prominent foreign actors to have achieved success in Hollywood. Despite being of New Zealand descent, Crowe spent the majority of his life in Australia. The fact that his parents ran a catering service for film sets helped him get his foot in the door, but it was his acting abilities that won him the role. Crowe's fortune has grown to $100 million over the years as a result of his portrayal of Roman general Maximus Decimus Meridius in Gladiator, and it appears that his reputation has also improved with age. Jocelyn Wildenstein. Jocelyn Wildenstein, an American socialite, has undergone extensive cosmetic procedures that have enhanced her appearance. She's taken on a feline air and is scarcely recognizable compared to her youth. In 1999, her divorce from business tycoon Alec Wildenstein made headlines. According to Dr. Youn on CBS News, Jocelyn underwent numerous procedures, and it appears that many of them were not entirely successful. However, did you know that Jocelyn's futile attempts to attract her spouse back allegedly influenced her appearance choices? However, he has since departed. Steve Tyler. You cannot label yourself an Aerosmith devotee without being familiar with Steven Tyler. He's been the main vocalist, percussionist, keyboardist, and harmonica player since the band's inception in 1970. Along with a few singles, Tyler's debut solo studio album titled We're All Somebody from Somewhere was published in 2016 under the same name. During his more than 50 years with the band, he's become a father of 4 and accumulated a $150 million fortune. Despite his wealth, it's evident that the years have caught up with Tyler's visage. Goldie Hawn. The moniker Goldie Hawn exactly depicts the American actress, golden locks and all. Fans noticed a change in Hawn's appearance in 2017, and they assumed she had undergone life-altering treatments, which Hawn has technically never denied or acknowledged in all these years. Hawn rose to fame on the NBC sketch comedy Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In in the late 1960s, and she later won Academy and Golden Globe Awards for her performance in Cactus Flower. We cannot deny that the actress who portrayed Mrs. Claus in Christmas Chronicles appears wonderful despite the passage of time. Al Pacino. His roles in the Godfather trilogy, Serpico, and The Devil's Advocate have secured his place in film annals for the foreseeable future. Pacino, who is now in his 90s, has long since passed the age when most celebrities lose their luster. Nonetheless, he appears to be an outlier. Pacino's advanced age has not affected his performances or his ferocious good looks. In 2022's Sniff, he portrayed Harvey Stride. Victoria Principal. Victoria Principal turned to acting after a near-fatal tragedy disrupted her intentions to become a physician. She earned $350 million as an actress, which is significantly more than she would have earned as a doctor, so perhaps it was for the best that she didn't pursue a career in medicine. Principal's portrayal of Pamela Barnes Ewing in Dallas is generally regarded as her crowning achievement as an actress. Despite spending more than 3 decades filming episodes of the program, she appears to have barely aged. Her anti-aging cosmetics line, Principal's Secret, may not have eradicated all of her creases, but it appears to have helped.